sugar.
Okay, so today we're going to be making blueberry muffins. Okay, the first thing I'm going to be doing is measuring all ingredients. I've got everything I need, but hopefully I'm going to be measuring all my ingredients first before starting the method. So the first ingredients I'm going to measure is my sugar and butter together in this large bowl. Okay, but the first thing I need to do is to ensure that my scale is on. It's currently in the wrong unit, so it's saying pounds and ounces. I need grams, so I need to ensure that I use the unit button to get it to grams. Okay, at the moment it's on grams. Then put my bowl on. It's saying 949 grams. I don't need that. I need to set it to 0. So I press the unit button again. Not the unit, I should go to 0, really. Back to 0. Yeah, so it's on 0 grams, so I start to measure. So I'm using caster sugar. I need 200 grams of caster sugar. It's going to take a little time to measure. I should have a measuring cup to do this, but I'm just going to continue with this spoon. So 200 grams, quite a bit. So I'm going to be using a creaming method to make the muffins. You've got different recipes. I'm sure if you go online, you can find different recipes for a blueberry muffin. So I won't need this anymore, so I'm going to leave this to the side. 200 grams. I need to add 200 grams of butter. Okay, so what do I need to do? I've got 200 grams here. What would you suggest that I do?
You set it to 0.
You can set it to 0 or just add it to it until you get 400. I'm just going to go to 0. Wait for it to go to 0. And then I'm going to add my butter. Okay, this is nice and soft. So it wasn't in the fridge. So it should be easy to mix in. I may have to use all of it. I think the whole packet was meant to be 250. I get 200 from it because some of it has been used. So hopefully I can get 200 from it. And you realize I'm adding a bit at a time, so I didn't just go and add everything. So 197, 203, 200. Okay. I'm going to leave that there. So that's my caster sugar and my butter done. Then I'm going to go for my self-raising flour, and I'm going to be using the same amount. Again, back to 0. And I need to have 200 grams. That's my 200 grams. There. Is it in the way, miss? I'm going to leave them there. I'm going to leave this to the side because I won't be using those anymore. I don't need to measure anything else at this point, so I'm just going to start. I don't need to use a scale again, so I'm going to leave it on the side there, or take it out of the way, similar to the others. So I can start making now. I know you did not see me washing my hands, but I did that before, okay? And I'm wearing gloves only because I've got nails, the long nails on. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is creaming these ingredients to get it to a light, fluffy mixture. Okay, creaming using my electric whisk, and I'm using high speed at the moment. Different type of fat, for example your margarine then it tends to go a bit creamier and softer, or fluffy, a bit quicker because that type of butter is much softer. Okay? Let's get in there. I'm going to cream it for another minute or two, and I'm going to start adding my eggs. Before I give it a final mix, before I start adding eggs, I'm just going to be using, what is this called again?
Spatula.
Would help if you put your hand up. Yes.
Spatula.
Well done. Yeah? Put your hand up. Right, so spatula, I'm basically going to get all these mixture on the side, get it back in the middle, get all in one, and then I'm just going to whisk again. So adding my eggs. That's for you talking continuously in my lesson. A lot more to come. Again. I'm gonna start adding my eggs. Add one egg at a time. I'm just gonna rest that there. I'm going to use my small bowl. I didn't have anything in this bowl. Should be clean. So one at a time. And what's the main reason for me cracking it in a separate bowl and not straight into my mixture again?
Because there could be some skin or blood in there.
Is it skin? Skin?
I mean, like the
only blood.
Blood or the eggshell, yeah? Not the skin, the eggshell. Or if there's any speck of blood, or if there's anything that's not meant to be there, you need to take it out. Sometimes I take the chalaza out, referred to as the eyes, if they're they're big. Okay, you don't have to. Yeah, so sometimes I'll take these out. Just going to use a little bit of napkin a paper towel to rest this spoon on. And I'm going to give it a slight whisk. By doing this, I'm incorporating air into the mixture, into the egg itself, okay, which we're aiming to get into the mixture for your muffins to be light and fluffy. So I'll do them individually first, then I'll add it. Okay. This is in. And I'm going to repeat that until all my 4 eggs have been used up. Ensure that there's no blood in there. Give it a whisk or a shove. Because you're going to be working in groups, This will be a bit more manageable when you're working, because one person could be focusing on cracking an egg, and then you can, instead of stopping, you can just carry on, have the egg ready and then add it. Because I'm just doing it on my own, then I have to stop for a while. I have a bit of blood here that I'm removing. Add that one. Then I'm just going to get the other one ready. The next thing I'm going to be doing is adding my flour. What type of flour is this again? Self-raising, okay. And to incorporate air again, I'm going to be sifting. And what's the other reason for sifting?
To get rid of lumps.
Get rid of lumps. Or anything else?
Ooh, back.
If anything's inside it, then that come out.
Yeah? Foreign particles. Yes, miss?
Foreign bodies, I was going to say.
Yeah, so to get rid of foreign particles. Just like maybe, you know, the flour comes in a bit of paper. We have to empty it in the container. Maybe a bit of paper could have gone in. Or anything that's not meant to be there. Okay? Right, so I'm just going to sift this in. Put this there for now. Hopefully it doesn't fall down. I'm just going to sift my flour directly in. One or two. I'm going to go and add a tiny bit of milk to this recipe. So I'm going to go and get that, as well as a bit of baking powder. Okay. So even though I'm using self-raising flour, I still need to add a tiny bit of baking powder because I'm going to be using blueberries. And once they burst open, what's going to come from it? Juice, okay, or liquid, okay. So that will, if I do not add the additional raising agent, then you'll find that your muffin may become a bit dense. They may not be as fluffy, okay. I'm just going to add a bit of baking powder to help with texture, okay, because these are going to burst open once they're being cooked, or as when the whisk touches them, okay. So I'm going to add my baking powder at this point. I may need a bit of milk to loosen up the mixture a tiny bit. So I'm just going to go for 1 teaspoon. Yeah, that's my teaspoon here. And it's a level teaspoon that I need. So I'm going to be using the back of this spoon, or should I get a knife if I can find a table? Yeah, dinner knife here. I want a level teaspoon. So I'm just going to use the back of a spoon and just get that flat. Okay, I don't want a heap teaspoon, level teaspoon. Right there, just gonna add that. And then I can go there. I'm just gonna whisk these ingredients. Before I do that, yeah.
Do we have to use semi-skimmed milk?
You don't have to.
So
Okay.
can we
I wouldn't expect you to bring any milk in. If you will need a tiny bit of milk, it won't be a lot. Okay, I may add about 2 tablespoons or a tablespoon of milk just to loosen up the mixture. So we'll give that to you. The recipe asks for vanilla. We do not have any vanilla. Okay, so I'm going to be using an alternative option, which is almond extract. That's the extract. Okay, it's a bit thick, so I won't go for 1 teaspoon. I'm going to go for half. Okay, because I don't want it to be too strong. Just gonna add these. It's not the essence extract is a bit thicker, so more concentrated. So I'll just add that. I'm gonna add my milk, and then I don't have to go and add anything else except my blueberries at the end. Keep this spoon, and then I'm just going to do my final. Smell my mixer as if it's about to burn. Okay, everything in the middle again. I'm going to add my last ingredient. Do we have the oven on? Right, so my last ingredients, which is my blueberry. Right, let me clear some of these away. My area look a bit messy. These are massive. I have to use a high speed because the mixture is not very runny. I won't be mixing for too long. While I'm mixing, some of them will burst open, but some of them will stay whole, but they'll burst while they're cooking. But I'm happy with that because I do not want to overmix my mixture to lose all my air bubbles that I've worked hard to get. Get some of the mixture off there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Right, what do I need to do now? Yes, Hamza.
And maybe we can put in the muffin and
In the muffin cases, okay? But my area is a bit messy, so I'm just going to get rid of these for now. And focus on getting the mixture in the muffin cases. Just use the same spoon that I use for my milk, that should be okay. I think I've got a bit too much. We're trying not to put too much in them, because what's going to happen when they're cooking? Yes, Sadika?
They rise.
They will rise, okay? So you have to take that into consideration. But at the same time, try to make them more or less the same size. Still think this one is a bit too big. So they will rise. These blueberries are not that rich. I remember I used some in the summer term, and then by looking at the mixture, even at this point, the mixture was going a bit purpley. Would have changed color, but these are not that rich. The important thing as well, when you're spooning them in, try not to get the mixture on the side of the cases. Okay. This should make roughly 18, so I'll do this tray, then I'll go on to get another tray to add them. So next week you should, within your group, go away with 6 muffins each. Should have been leaning on the cooker. Who's that? Let's top the smaller ones up, and then that's it. Okay, so this is what they look like now, and I'll show you hopefully before you go there. No, they won't be finished because they'll take between 20 to 25 minutes to cook. Okay, right, so we're going to go back to our seats, please. Thank you.